This training video will demonstrate the proper techniques for grouting of API and other types of pump bases. Several types of Chockfast grouting materials may be used for grouting pump bases. However, this video will show the use of Chockfast Red. Improperly grouted pumps will often have more vibration and alignment problems that can result in frequent bearing, mechanical seal, and coupling failures. Bearings, mechanical seals, and coupling designs are often blamed for these problems, but in many cases improper base plate grouting is the cause. For years, cement grout was used to install pump base plates, but due to shrinkage and the poor adhesive qualities of cementitious grouts, pressure injection of the base plate with epoxy resin is required to fill voids. In the case of improperly grouted base plates or base plates that have disbonded from the grout, pressure injection is a reasonably adequate repair method. Voids can be located by tapping the top of the base plate with a hammer. After locating the voids, drill and tap 2 holes through the top of the base plate at opposite ends of the void area. One hole will serve as the injection point and the other as a vent hole. Using a handheld grease gun, fill the voids with the blended Filly-Fast pressure injection material or Chockfast Red resin and hardener. After the void is filled, plug the vent hole and allow the pressure injection material to properly cure. After complete cure, the pressure injection fittings can be removed and the holes dressed. In this program, we'll demonstrate how to use Chockfast Red epoxy grout for a typical API pump installation. In doing so, we'll demonstrate foundation preparation, base plate cleaning and leveling, grout preconditioning, and proper mixing and pouring procedures. Chockfast Red will bond to the base plate and the concrete foundation, forming a monolithic block, which helps lower the natural frequency of the base plate, thereby reducing vibration. The Chockfast Red also protects the foundation from degradation due to chemicals, oil, water, etc. The foundation must be adequately designed to support the pump and driver. It must rest on solid earth and remain isolated from any other transient vibration sources. The total unit is made up of the pump, base plate, grout section, anchor bolts, and the principal foundation. The top surface of the concrete foundation must be chipped down in order to remove any laitance and to expose a minimum of 50% of the coarse aggregate in the concrete. This is accomplished by using a small chipping gun. Horizontal foundation edges should be chamfered to at least 2 to 4 inches at a 45-degree angle. The foundation must be clean, dry, and free of any contaminants such as water, oil, grease, concrete dust, etc. that could affect the bond of the Chockfast Red to the foundation. To protect the foundation and provide environmental control, erect a temporary structure around the foundation to eliminate the possibility of rainwater or other contaminants contacting the properly prepared concrete surface. This temporary enclosure is very important in the case of extreme cold or hot ambient temperatures. If the ambient temperature is below 65 degrees Fahrenheit, then it is necessary to heat the surrounding area, and likewise during the hot summer months to prevent the sun from providing excess heat to the foundation and pump base plate during the grout pour and while the grout is curing. Now we turn our attention to the base plate, which has been stored outside for some time. As can be seen, it needs attention. The procedures that follow also apply for regrouting of existing pump base plates. The underside of the base plate should be inspected and any additional grout pour holes, vent holes, or jack screw holes installed. It is imperative that each compartment of the pump base plate have at least one grout fill hole and an adequate number of vent holes. Vertical and horizontal edges of the base plate that will come in contact with the Chockfast Red should be ground to a minimum of a ½ inch radius to reduce the possibility of stress concentrations in the grout. The underside of the base plate should be sandblasted to white metal in order to ensure a proper bond to the epoxy grout. Care should be taken to prevent the sandblasted surface from becoming contaminated by oil, water, etc. The elapsed time between sandblasting the pump base and the actual grouting should not be so long as to allow the sandblasted surface to bloom with surface rust. To prevent this, prime the base plate underside with Filiclad 1000 series primer. Filiclad 1000 will create a bond to steel of no less than 1500 psi and have a dry film thickness of 2 to 3 mils. Proper blending is accomplished by pouring the hardener into the resin container and mixing for 3 to 4 minutes with a properly sized Jiffy mixer and a drill speed of 200 to 250 RPM. Pour the blended Filiclad 1000 into the spray rig and coat the entire underside of the pump base. If the base plate is not grouted within 30 days, the coated surface should be roughened up to remove the bloom or shine. The surface should be clean and dry prior to grouting.